Our first speaker is from Newcastle, Dr. Kirsty Seward. She was in Canberra this morning. She's on the Gold Coast tonight and she flies back to Newcastle tonight. She is the creator of Her Journal Club and more recently, the author of A Commitment to Self, 222 quotes and journal prompts for empowered self-reflection. Now, I've known Kirsty for a couple of years now and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome her to the stage. So can you please join me in making her feel very welcome, Dr. Kirsty Seward.
I want to start tonight by asking you a question. Do you ever feel lonely? Even though you might find yourself more connected than ever before with anyone you could possibly need, only the press of a button away, do you ever feel all alone? Statistics show that if you answered yes to this question, then you're certainly not the only one. 1 out of 2 women report feeling lonely in today's society. That means half of the room here tonight feels the same way that you do. I have another question for you. In any moment today, did you look in the mirror or look down at your body and think, oh, I'm so fat, I need to start running again? Or, gosh, my cellulite's disgusting. Or even, where have my boobs gone? Again, if you answered yes to this question, you're certainly not alone. 9 out of 10 women have negative thoughts about their body. So it's very likely either you or the woman you're sitting next to right now had a negative thought about their body today. I was once this woman, lonely, disconnected, and constantly hating on my body. For years, I punished my body at the gym twice a day, restricted my food, never left the house without makeup on, always brought the latest trends just to fit in, and constantly measured my self-worth of how many things I could tick off my to-do list in just one day. Tonight, I'm going to share with you how I tried to fix these things and where that actually landed me. But first, let's hear from Robin Sharma, author and leadership expert. The starting point of discovering who you are, your gifts, your talents, your dreams, is being comfortable with yourself. Spend time alone, write in a journal. I believe journaling and asking yourself the right questions is the fastest road to building real self-love. You can't really know someone, all of them, or love them if you don't know who they are. Journaling and asking the right questions is the antidote to loneliness and the unkind things you say to yourself. We hear a lot about self-love. It's a bit of a buzzword, really. But no amount of bubble baths, online shopping, or 5 p.m. cocktails will ever bring you close to the level of self-love you'll feel when you sit down and ask yourself the right question. On the other side of those questions is a liberation and a love like you've never known before. My start with journaling wasn't planned, but I want to take you back to the moment that was a catalyst for it to begin. What you're looking at is an artwork by Chris Jordan. In this artwork is 32,000 Barbie dolls, which represents the number of women that undergo breast augmentation surgery in America every single month. 32,000 women every single month. In July 2016, I became a part of this statistic. I still remember driving 2 hours down the freeway to meet my plastic surgeon for the first time. Full of excitement, I spent a fair amount of the consultation scrolling through my phone, showing inspiration images of the chest that I wanted, the chest that I thought would make me more enough. Just over 4 years later, in November 2020, after almost 9 months of chronic brain fog and fatigue, going from writing an 80,000-word thesis to not being able to write an email, my hair snapping and falling out, and waking up in constant pain, my naturopath and I determined that I was suffering from breast implant illness, and now I had to make the decision of whether or not to get my implants out. Many doctors told me breast implant illness wasn't a thing, and it was all in my head. I still don't know what led me to sit down on my lounge room floor that day, tears streaming down my face and fiercely writing in a journal, but I am so damn grateful I did. As I poured my heart onto those pages, I asked myself the big questions. the questions I'd been avoiding up until that point. Why didn't I feel good enough? Why did I need implants to feel more worthy? And will I still feel sexy once they're out? John Dewey, a psychologist and philosopher, once said, "We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on the experience." Giving myself the time to sit down that day and reflect on the reason why I needed implants in the first place helped me make a radical decision that changed my life. And it was that decision that allowed me now to raise awareness of breast implant illness and advocate for women who are not being heard in the same situation. Statistics today show that breast implant removal increased by 47% alone in 2021. I will never ever forget the first deep breath I took when I got my implants out. I was back home in my body. And it was journaling that day that got me there. So not only can journaling help you make life-changing decisions like having major surgery, leaving a toxic relationship, or changing careers, but it can help you get crystal clear clarity on the woman you came here to be, so you can start to build and manifest the life you've always dreamed of. Once you know what you want, once you know what's in alignment to your values, making decisions, everything from what will you have for dinner tonight to should you buy a ticket and be at She Speaks, becomes easier. Asking myself the right questions. What are my values? Who am I? Where do I want to be? Allowed me to build a life with intention. Today, I manifest everything I desire. Speaking here, standing on the stage tonight, I manifested this. Writing and launching the book, manifested. I even wrote a list of 52 things my ideal partner would make me feel in a relationship. 40 days later, he walked into my life. He is everything on that list. So what are your values? Where do you want to be? As a behaviour scientist, I see so many women wanting to change their habits, feel happier within themselves, and have more fulfilling relationships. And guess what? The ones who are successful are the ones who know where they're going. They are the ones who have taken the time to ask themselves the big questions. So I've stood here now and told you that you need to journal, very clearly. But I bet you have some objections. So I run Her Journal Club, a free online community for women who want to feel happier and more confident within themselves. And these are some of the common things that I hear. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. I feel really overwhelmed by a blank page, Kirst. Or they might say something like, I'm really afraid to write about what happened. Or I'm not ready to let go and forgive just yet. And if that last one is you, I want you to know, we're not healing to forgive and forget the past. We're healing to receive what we ultimately desire in the future. The success, the job, the relationship, the joy. It can be right in front of you, but if you don't do the work to heal, you do everything you can to push it away. I did that too, even if it's right in front of you. Journaling and asking yourself the right questions is that pathway to healing. Journaling is intimacy. It is a ritual of connection with yourself. Remember, you can't build a relationship with someone you don't know. So another thing I mentioned was that women don't know where to start. They don't know what to write about. So here's how I started journaling consistently. Every day for 60 days, I asked myself 3 questions morning and night. It only took 10 minutes each time. Please take a picture of these questions right now, because if you ask yourself these questions for 60 days, you will change your life. And it was asking myself these questions which led me to write the book. My wish is that the book is the catalyst for profound healing and growth, that it guides you to recognize and celebrate the woman that is wonderfully and uniquely you, and that it inspires you to allow her to shine, because trust me when I say this, the world needs her magic.